This is equipment video number 3 for Burettes. Burettes are used to deliver precise and variable volume using a stopcock. When a stopcock is perpendicular to the length of the burette, your solution will remain in. As you can see, we have a hole there. When it's turned parallel to the length of the burette, you'll allow solution to pass through. Let's go into preparing a burette for use. To begin with the burette, you're first going to flip it from the drying position. As you can see, I've placed a beaker, a labeled beaker that says burette rinsings. We're going to want to rinse your burette first through with deionized water. Deionized water can be obtained from the carboys by the sinks in the general chemistry lab. Making sure the stopcock is parallel to the length of the burette. You're going to use your wash bottle and deionized water to rinse through your burette. You're going to want to check to see that your solution can freely flow through the tip of the stopcock when it is on the open position. It's important to rinse the burette at least 3 times with about 20 milliliters of water to ensure that any solution that is pre-existing in the burette is rinsed out. You're going to want to check for air bubbles at the tip of your burette. As you can see here, we have a bubble underneath the stopcock portion. And once the solution runs through, you'll see that air bubble fall through. The burettes we'll be using in our lab are 50 milliliter burettes. You'll see graduation markings on the burette here, where we have 0 to start at the top, going down to 50. When you place your solution in the burette, we can read it, starting from 0 to show the volume dispensed. If we were to dispense this entire burette and it were full to the 50 mark, we'd be able to deliver 50 known milliliters of solution. It's important to never go below the marking on this burette because then your volume will be inaccurate as there are no graduations past that point. Just like with pipettes, you're going to want to make sure to rinse your burette with the solution you'll be titrating. I've colored this solution purple so we can see it flowing through the burette. Due to any remaining water that was in the burette from the rinses, we're going to want to do this 3 times. And again, you can do that with 10 milliliter portions, depending on how much solution you have to work with. Again, you can see that air bubble under there. You'll have to ask your instructor to get that out if you do need help. Usually the weight of the solution will force the air bubbles through. Filling the burette about halfway, force that air bubble out. And when we're reading the volume dispense here, let's say we started at 0 from this, right? 0, going all the way down to this mark. You're going to want to read at the bottom of the meniscus. There we go. So we have 11, 11.5, and the graduations are 0.1, so 6. I'd say this is 11.65 milliliters dispensed. You can see there at the bottom of the meniscus, it isn't hitting the 0.7 mark there, the 11.7. So once you're done with your experiment and using the solution in the burette, you're going to want to turn the stopcock parallel to the burette. This will allow your solution to pass through. Once that's gone through, you're going to want to rinse it through with water and hang it upside down to dry. Make sure you wash the outside of your burette as well, because sometimes solution can spill over and dry on the outside, leaving solid residue. which can contaminate the next person's experiment. Again, once rinsed, make sure that the burette is hung upside down and then the stopcock is left open and parallel to the length of the burette to allow any solution to drop through. The only solution in here should be water. So this will be ready for the next person to use. That is the technique video on burette.